Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm a tractor, gardening, prepping, homesteading, whatever we want to call it. Anyways, we had a couple of nice days where the humidity's been low. Temperature's still been pretty high, but the humidity's been low and it's been comfortable. But today is not one of them. Humidity's back up, supposed to reach into the high 90s again, so it's gonna be a hot week before it's over with. But anyways, just to start our garden update in the shop today. We got our cub and our 140 just sitting here waiting to do something. I got a little job for them. Got another video I'm gonna do maybe later on this afternoon, I don't know. It'll picked up a fourth old tractor, and we'll talk about that when we start making us a road trip. Well, here's our what's left of our container garden. These little tomato tomatoes, they're still producing. I still get to pick a few of them in the mornings. They're still good too. Peppers, they seem to like this hot weather. They're doing pretty good. These tomatoes over here, well, they're not doing abundantly well, but okay, I guess. These black cherries, I will plant a few more of them next year. Everything I've done here in the tomato side of things was all an experiment. In other words, everything I grew was something different than I've usually grown. Most of the time I'm growing better boys and such as that. A few in the container garden and some in the dirt. Didn't plant no tomatoes in the dirt this year. I usually always do well planted, I always do well planted in the garden if we get the rain. The container gardening, you know, like I said before, the container gardening always seems to do okay. I had very few years, it seemed like to me, the container garden prospered, just really done well. But I'm not complaining about this year. I mean, we got enough of these cherry tomatoes to make several quarts of salsa, which turned out real good. I would give you the recipe on it, but it was kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I blanched and peeled all my tomatoes, and just started adding stuff to it, onions and jalapenos, and even put some cucumbers in there, and cilantro, and a little bit of cumin, salt and pepper. I think that's about all the ingredients. And the amounts was just kind of whatever I felt like I wanted. I like onions a good bit, so probably put a little more onions in than most folks did. Then I think the next step was kind of getting it to the desired, I guess you'd say, chunkiness. So that's kind of how long you hold the button down in the blender. And I actually did cook it a little bit after I got it all made. It tasted pretty good, but just to me, I guess probably with more of the onions and maybe even cucumbers, just a little bit too crunchy, I guess would be the word. And so I did end up dumping it all in a pan and let it simmer for about 15-20 minutes. And it just turned out to be the best sauce I think I've ever eaten. So that's something I will fool with from now on, I'm sure. Well, all right, we out here in the field. There's the lower garden. There's the upper garden. Let me just last tomato here, and we'll do a little walk around. Before this week's up, I imagine most of this corn will be gone. My Silver Queen, I pulled a lot of it. You know, I made cream corn, got about 50, 60 bags of that in the freezer. Then we done ears of corn. Took out this row here, just went down through here with a machete and got what corn was on it off. Shucked it, fed it to the chickens, and chopped the stalk down. Really, that's kind of my plan, is just to do these outside rows, keep going across. And that'll keep me out of the weeds. Raccoons are, whatever it is, I guess. Looks like raccoons to me has just had a field day on this corn. They've just wore it out. I mean, they've got in this, they got in and just tore it up. I mean, I guess I should have been down here at 10, 11 o'clock at night shooting them on the 22, but I didn't. Cucumber patch, well, it's about gone. It's just dried up. Still got a cucumber or two maybe. I did a couple days ago. Wouldn't be surprised if there's one or two out here now. But yeah, it's just dried up. Served its time. I'm not looking at anything other than a couple of low right yonder. There's one right yonder I can probably pick. Yeah, it's about gone. And we'll walk around the other garden and we'll just throw this little old video up. Out of here with a lawnmower to mow around everything. Looks like I kind of missed the lower garden. What was it? A little less than 10 days ago I mowed this whole entire place, and it's a pretty good job. I mean, this got this field and you got the road frontage, and it's just a lot of mowing. Well, we get over here now. Okra's just doing its thing. It needs picked today. I could really pick it every day, but trying to pick it real clean and then pick it every other day. All right, Buster's wanting to play. He's something else. He didn't want to miss this camera time, I don't guess. Squash. Well, this is the last row. Remember a few weeks back I took these two rows out and I left this one. And you know, it actually, you know, I can come down here and pick, you know, a few pods. Well, some of them's a little too big now. I can come down here and pick a few pods and generally scrape up a mess. You know, 2 or 3 times a week. I could now. Snake beans, they done dried up, which I've gathered plenty of seeds off of them. I got enough seeds to plant 2 or 3 gardens next year. Well, all right. So, let's get over here in the shade. I don't know, I waited a little too late about shooting this video. I should have been shooting this at 7 o'clock instead of 9. Well, like I said, I got another video I'm going to shoot. It's about the other tractor I picked up. Gonna make a road trip and go get it. The farm all stuff kind of escalated on the tractors. I bought the one and ended up with a Cub, but I bought the Super A for parts. Well, the Cub was there. We made a deal on both of them. The Cub really turned out to be a sweet deal. 79 model, run like a sewing machine, clean little old tractor. Just enjoy riding around. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna end up with a full set of cultivators on it, but I got the 140, so I don't know. We'll just figure that out. But anyway, that's today's garden update. I suspect by the time I do next week's, there really won't be nothing left, but I'd say the sunflowers, which I really didn't show you the sunflowers, but they're not bloomed yet. Won't be nothing really left but the okra, and I'll keep the squash down there as long as it's giving me a pot or two every once in a while, because I like to, we'll eat squash 2 or 3 times a week out of the garden still. And, well, all right, that's today's garden update. I just appreciate all the subscribers, everybody that watches. I'm hoping y'all have enjoyed this little journey. And this season here, gardening wise, is winding down. I'm gonna plant some cover crop when I get the corn out of there. Start thinking about maybe a fall garden. I don't know, I've never done a fall garden, except for maybe some turnip greens, something like that. But anyways, thanks for watching, like and share, and we will see you when we get ready to do the little old tractor video.